Good morning. Hi. Whee! Hi, everybody. How are you? Good morning. Hello. Hello. Hey, Australia. Hey, Shannon, I like that. I enjoy being able to directly request guidance from my side to contribute as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Charlie and I are here. Whoop, there he is. Not happy. He's not happy, but he knows mommy is kind of an early bird. So, it is okay. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning from Canada. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. All right, you guys. So as my mother used to say, thank God for Estee Lauder in these times, but we're up with the sun. Maine is the easternmost point in the U.S., the continental U.S., and we are live. So this was kind of a little... I don't know. This is going to happen once in a while. Maybe not after I have a late night. I did have a late night with my loom. I talk to you about my loom every once in a while. They're great. They're my sisters. So we talk a lot about spirituality, and we do a lot of raising of our own vibration and everything. So it was really wonderful. So I just feel kind of renewed today. Still dark in Wisconsin. Hi from Ireland. Hey from Georgia. How are you guys? So let's do the morning message. I'm going to keep an eye on chat here a little bit and see what comes about. All right. So let's see where we go here. We are marching ever steadily towards Aries season, which is kind of a cool thing. Begin now. If that's not Aries, I don't know what is. Take your first step. Boy, I haven't gotten this card in a while. Surrender to the journey. Release control. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. All right, guys. So this is a very spiritual directive, I'm going to say, that the Aries energy is about taking charge, taking control. And that word control, I feel like, is a little out of place here, right? Because the power of the spiritual journey is about surrendering to the journey. So if you can sort of embrace that a little bit more, that's going to be something that's going to be helping you. Okay? Because it's about trust. It really is. It's about trusting that the universe knows what it's doing. Excuse me, trusting that you are in the right place, trusting that everything that is being shown to you is for a purpose, and not getting too deep into things that I guess what I'm trying to say is don't take it personally or something from the universe that, hey, everybody has lessons, okay? Everybody has obstacles or challenges that they see. You're not being singled out in any way, shape, or form. And part of things that are being shown to you are part of the journey, are all part of the journey. So release control and allow that to move forward for yourself. Okay, stepping into power. Wow, I like that word. I like power. It's empowerment. All right, control is resistance, but power is empowerment. Okay. 3 of Cups underneath. Your sisters, your brothers, your friends and family who are, I'm going to say this, your spiritual family. All right. That's what's really being shown right now. Wow. Okay. I knew I brought my journal here for a reason. Tower. Okay. There's something going on here. This was my first card too this morning. I still did my morning reading, even though we're here. Usually at 7 a.m. I'm doing my morning reading. I'm doing it with you. My first card was Tower. And what I got a lot about, that's not even correct English, Mary Jo. What I was receiving a lot was that releasing control is going to allow a lot more gifts to open up. Yeah, Moon, right? It's going to allow some things to come out that need to come out. Let me lay this all out for you. Queen of Cups, 3 of Wands, Six of Swords. All right. I'll move this back so you can see it, and then I'm going to come back so you can see what's going on here. All right. All right. So Six of Swords. Near future is Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Raising consciousness. This is the card, the special card in my deck that is just for the journey. Okay. That is solely based about stepping into power for the journey. I feel like you've already done this. I mean, you could have done this. You could have, you could do this in that Pisces new moon we just had. All right. Stepping into your power and raising consciousness, because this is the recent past. This is what's already happened. So Tower, it's likely that you've been asking for some kind of assistance with opening to your guides, opening to your own intuition. And that's happening. All right. It's happening right now. This is recent past, maybe like 6 o'clock this morning. All right. So there's something here about that. Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Cups, and Libra energy here is the outcome card. So we have, I'm just going to pull a couple. Ooh, all right. Couple clarifiers there. Right away, if whoever has asked for the love of your life, all right, whoever has asked for that, I feel like that's being delivered. If you've asked for that, if you've asked for some kind of spiritual partnership. And for some of you, this might be part of the spiritual journey, which is, okay, now I'm ready for a partner who can be an ally, who can be a friend. Where's my friend card? Right? Who can be a friend. I'm seeing this Three of Cups much more as friendship and kindness and generosity. In my deck, it's much more about celebration. It's much more about fun. Okay. And allowing yourself to have a little fun. Okay. So this morning, Charlie and I are, it's like 5:30. We're waking up, turning on a little music. Allow yourself to have fun with what you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Allow it to be a little bit more joyful and fun. That is vibration raising, to be sure. And excuse me, a little froggy. So the Tower and the Moon, this is definitely kind of blasting you open. Whatever has been resisted, stuck, subconscious is coming to your consciousness. It's coming into your awareness right now. Opening your heart. This is a heart chakra awakening, especially with the moon here. Especially with that moon and this Wheel of Fortune. This is a purposeful moment. Something that you've asked for. Three of Wands. All right, this almost reminds me of this. See, it's surrendering to the journey card. She's in the boat, right? Six of Swords in the boat. Three of Wands, kind of back to the camera here, being like, I'm ready. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for this next leg of the journey. And this is really where other people may see you more powerfully. They see what's going on with you. They see that there's journey attached to what's going on. So the thing that is weird here is this Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords. All right. This feels a little bit like, I'm going to use this word, but don't take it, don't just let this flow over you. Don't take this too seriously. Victimhood. All right. Five of Swords and Knight of Swords. Sort of defending yourself, being defensive, a little bit being defensive. There could be persons or people or persons or just energies around you that you feel a little bit like you've got to defend yourself. Okay. Like whatever you're doing. And since this is a heart chakra awakening, I think there's a lot of us who are, protective of our hearts, especially on this journey, especially with twin flame, any kind of twin flame connection, or all twin flames are karmic. So when I say the karmic, I don't feel like, I feel like that's gotten a bad rap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like being defensive is something that comes from learned behavior. It's learned. It's like, okay, someone, if I open myself up, if I allow myself to be vulnerable, which is how love happens, or how opportunities happen. You allow yourself to, want or desire. And desire also gets a bad rap because it has connotations of low vibration. But I feel like what's really happening is like a true authenticity of desire, or a true expression of deeply felt emotions, heartfelt emotions around love, around love of self, love of life, love of, hey, there's the sun, it's coming up over the eastern seaboard, yay. There's just this joyfulness, despite the fact that this is a little bit of cracking open. All right. Tower and Moon is a little bit of cracking open here. And in the absence of other kinds of challenging cards, and in the presence of this raising consciousness and the Wheel of Fortune, I'm going to say to you that this is a very purposeful cracking open. Okay. The Queen of Cups here. Now, you could have a tribe, I would talk about my loom. You could have a spiritual tribe that is picking you up when you're low. Okay, that's what this is really meant to do. That's what Empress Club and, this is what my channel is really meant to do. Is like my job here, I feel, is to be empowering and to be whatever shows up here. How do you use these energies to your best and highest good? How can I listen to any guidance that comes through and channel that for my purpose, right? Channel that for stepping into power. How can I do that? How can I use that? I feel like some of this is about opening to mission, okay? Helping others. You see the younger girl, or the smaller girl anyway, helping the woman who's been through a lot, right? There's just this, again, there's a sisterhood here, and it doesn't have anything to do with your gender. Okay. You see the sun coming through. Here comes the sun. It's a humanity kind of thing. All right. It's about helping out humanity is at the foundation of the mission here. So, and I also feel like, because we have King and Queen of Cups here, when one is open to love, or one is open in your heart chakra, you are not only able to receive interpersonal love, but you're able to tap into the energy, the universal energy of compassion, all right, and friendship and joy and supportiveness of others, right? It's genuine. It's not like, oh, sure, well, I hope you're doing great. It's not that, okay? It's much more balanced. The outcome card here is Libra. So I feel like this is putting you on a path. This is a sort of an evolutionary path in your spiritual journey, and it's bringing you toward more balance. A lot of us, I will include myself in this, who have been in this place of other people either taking advantage of your good nature or something like that. I feel like you now are in a place of, I have a good nature, even though people have chosen to take advantage of it. I don't have to dip into that energy. I don't have to be part of that. It's not like, oh, so, which maybe at one point it was a little defensive, like, no, I'm not going to let anybody in. But now I feel like it's more like, you know what? I'm here to let my light shine. I'm here to let my light shine. And I'm able to have compassion for those whose lights are not, they feel that they need to take energy from other people. That makes me kind of sad these days, because I feel like people don't see their own beautiful energy. Fool and Ace of Swords and Three of Pentacles is the clarifier here of the whole reading, which is most definitely about standing in truth and authenticity, taking a leap of faith, and working with others. This is community. All right, this card is about community. It's just like this card, okay, the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. It's about sharing truth and authenticity with others, being open to the journey, being able to share your heart without being defensive. Okay. So let me just clarify the Tower and the Moon here. I think I have a pretty good handle on it. I also have the Three of Wands up here. So this is most definitely groups, community, and being of service. So let's see. Please clarify the Tower. Here we are in the Aries energy. That's the Emperor. Page of Wands, being inspiring and inspired. Two of Wands. Queen of Wands. My goodness, lots of fire energy here this morning. This is about stepping into your power. Okay? All right. We might only need one card today. This is about stepping into your power, raising your consciousness, raising your vibration, allowing this heart chakra awakening. Some of you have already had heart chakra awakenings. A lot of you have. I definitely have had. That was a big, big deal. And I feel like there's a message here about allowing yourself to still be open, even when there's others around that may not be of a high vibration or good intention or whatever. This Knight of Swords, Five of Swords down here. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, World. This is a little bit like feeding the world or something like that. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. I'm seeing this right now as something that is a part of the journey, right? This is the Lemon Skate. So this is something that's going on for you, likely for the rest of your life, that you're part of something bigger. Okay. And instead of having this energy of, I'm going to protect myself from all these hideous people who are trying to seek to destroy me, right? There's that feeling about it. And you'd be right about that. This is not about like, oh, they have really good intentions. That's not it. This is about you seeing them differently, about shifting into compassion for other people and being of service, regardless of their energy. You are now in a powerful position where that doesn't impact you anymore. Okay. It just doesn't. It's not a thing. So, it's not really pity. Okay. Here's the World card. This is, it's not really pity that you have for them or anything like that. It doesn't feel negative in any way, shape, or form. It's sort of like, I feel compassion for someone who feels that they have to take from other people. Okay. And, you know, in the same vein, you're really protecting yourself in a very high vibration kind of way, right? Someone asked a question a while ago about how we protect ourselves. I feel like stepping into compassion is power, and that is protection. Okay. Your compassionate, loving self is a necessary vibration for protection. Very much so. All right. So let's look at what the blocks are that need to be addressed right now. Knight of Swords. There it is again. Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Taking care of yourself, even in the face of that kind of action or that kind of experience, right? Other people, this has been a loud message. That Five of Pentacles has shown up a lot. And I do feel like there are going to be a lot of people who are going to have some big challenges this year. At the end of March, I just started doing the April forecast readings, which you're going to start seeing later today for each zodiac sign. So you might be looking out for that. The Five of Pentacles, it reminds me of this Pluto energy that's happening at the end of March, or at the end of April, sorry. Pluto is going into retrograde at the end of April. Spoiler alert! That is about embracing your power, even in the midst of tremendous change. So I think what Pluto is going to be asking of us is, hey, how's it going? How's it going with this change? Are you rolling with it? Are you embracing it? Are you resisting it? I feel like people who are resisting change, you know, transformative change right now might be the people that you're going to be helping. And if you are feeling like you've been, hey, thank you, Ahilu, for the donation to the channel. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Twigbird. Hi, you guys. I think there's a difference between resisting change and, sort of being informed by change, right? And allowing things to move forward. Resisting change is definitely a closed heart chakra experience. And opening to change, being like, okay, I'm available here for change. How are things going to move in my life? How are things going to move forward in my life? I think that's the awakening here that's happening is, all right, what have you got for me here? There's a brand newness. I don't know that that's a word. There's a brand newness to this next step. Fool and Ace of Swords. True authenticity and true community working together. Our energies, my energy, your energy together here. Thank you, Paola. How are you? We're working together. So the reason these lives, to me, which I think we're going to be doing more of, are so critical is that you and I can have a conversation. I feel like that is what is needing to be happening right now, is that we're in this flow together. Whenever we do these lives, and you're going to see more of them. All right. Actions and advice for you. Chariot, 9 of Swords. Judgment. Do you have the courage to hear the mission? Okay. Hear the mission that's coming through for you. This is a little bit like speak even though your voice shakes. Move forward even though you're like, I'm not sure. Just be really do your best to be connected to your tribe and connected to your higher self. What source, God, whatever you want to call that, for guidance, because it's almost like one cobblestone at a time. I'm definitely getting the images of cobblestone. When I did my past life regression, and we're going to be doing a group past life regression in April, so that's going to be really exciting. I feel like that's something that has helped me quite a bit. I learned a lot about past lives and how they're impacting this life. So this whole idea, I see the cobblestones in my mind, and in past life, definitely as an oracle, different lifetimes as oracle or as a seer or a guide of some kind, and a little bit persecuted for that. Not a little bit, a lot persecuted for that. And so instead of allowing the energies to close in around you, it sort of gave me strength in these other lifetimes to see that sometimes when you have things closing in around you is the time when you become the diamond. Okay. You become the shaman, you become that. And through that kind of situation is when you guys are going to really shine. Okay. So messages to you from your higher self. 5 of Cups, the World, 7 of Swords, and Page of Cups. This is like, ending a chapter. There's definitely an ending of a chapter here. Okay. Definitely an ending of a chapter. Thanks, Janice. Hi, Janice. Hi, Lynn. Thanks. Thank you for supporting the channel. So there's definitely this energy of closing out a chapter and a new chapter beginning over the next 6 weeks. Somebody just asked me for timing, so I'm going to tell you. And I feel like at week 7, there's going to be some kind of challenge. Okay. I feel like you could want to run away. Like it's going to be a little bit bigger than you thought. I feel like with the world here, it's going to be bigger than you thought. The mission, opening to the mission. That's exactly, wow. Okay. So I'll share this. Last night I was doing my burn ritual every Monday night with my loom. We do a burn ritual, which is like you burn and release what you want to release, and you call in what you want to call in. And I got a distinct message. My very good friend Mel over on Gold Ray Twin Flames passed away in December, and I want to say, how sad I am that he's passed from this earth, but how much I feel guidance from him still. And it definitely came through for me last night about. He said to me 3 years ago, I asked him about my mission, and he said, if I told you the whole thing, you wouldn't do it, because there's this energy of other people kind of collapsing on you, and and stuff like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, look, he said, you've got to see your mission one cobblestone at a time. And that is my message to you guys right now too, because the power is in the compassion. The power is in the one step at a time. The power is speaking your truth, even though you don't know the whole thing. It's okay. All right. It's okay. 2 of Cups, 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Let's see here. All right. So I do these clarifiers, and someone pointed out to me the other day, she was like, you threw down those cards, you never read them. Every card is read. Every card has been read. Sometimes I do that just to get a sense, am I on the right track here? And if I am, then what's the point of redundancy? So 2 of Cups and 5 of Wands. I also feel like there's the person coming in here, this partner who is also stepping into power. I feel like other people see it, okay? And you could have a lot of competition for, or this person could have a lot of competition around them, or some kind of dealings with other people. Because stepping into power, you guys are like on this track to be on this mission, in this calling, and it's very, very powerful. And I feel like it is twin flame is the coming together of the light and the dark. And both of those have positive, super duper high vibration in my view right now. Okay. It is about bringing together both elements, both masculine, feminine, all of that kind of stuff. Even if we're not talking about twin flame, that's what is going on in the world. It is about the ability to create something from things that were separate. We're creating something brand new. We're birthing something brand new by bringing together different kinds of people or different kinds of energies. But you guys are coming together in high vibration with another energy. And that is something that is going to be exponentially powerful. I sometimes feel like when things come together like that, people who are on the outside of it are not exactly super psyched about that happening because they're afraid of change. That everything is based in fear, right? The entire, you can pretty much boil down things to people's expressions of negativity to just fear. You can boil it all down to that. That's all you need to know about that. It's just based in fear. So I feel like when you are connecting with this other energy, which is coming in, like I said, 6-7 weeks, it comes in pretty small. So don't expect like a grand, don't expect a huge thing. Even though the mission together is huge, don't expect a huge thing. Just know that when it shows up, my prayer about that is not only do you have patience to allow this to happen, to open yourself to your mission and to your guides more and more, but to allow whatever wants to come in as however it wants to come in, and you have discernment so that you know that this is the thing that's coming in, okay? That's my prayer for you, for all of us. And I feel like this is going to be kind of a rest of your life kind of thing. That's what Mel shared with me a long time ago, and I'm eternally grateful for his guidance and his wisdom. It was very sudden. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it, but I just feel that this sets you off and set me off 3 years ago on a new direction, on a new path. Okay. So very, very interesting energy coming up, and allowing this to sort of walk into your life, with the Tower and the Moon here. I feel like that is enlightenment that's already happening. Like your heart chakra is becoming awakened and opened more. Even if you've had an awakening, it almost like it needs a little reignitement. Reignitement? Is that a word? Reigniting. That needs some kind of reinvigoration. Don't let those others around you who are not on your path really wear you down. Okay, just don't allow that. So do yourself a favor and open up to this energy and have discernment about who it might be. Okay, I think you might want to run away and hide from this, but I really feel like you need to stick with it. All right, Ace of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, being on your path here. Wow, okay. hang with your sisters, your spiritual tribe, as sisters and brothers. I feel like that's going to give you a lot of resiliency, a lot of I guess the word protection. So you can be vulnerable and open to love, open to compassion for other people, and having like mind around you is going to matter. Woo! All right. Honeymoon, this could be the one. Past life relationship, love yourself first. So the tower and the moon opening you up to love and compassion. I feel like it's so other people can see you. It's like your heart chakra needs to be, kind of right. It needs to be, it needs to be on. We talked about the lighthouse the other day, right? It needs to be on. I feel like that's the message, the basic message here. And I do feel like some of you who have felt like you're walking this path alone, suddenly that will change. Okay. You've been doing the work that you needed to do on this path of oneness. And now I feel like that's going to change because you need to be in this connection in order to move forward on mission. So surrendering to the journey and stepping into power. Just remember this piece is so important. Being part of a collective, which is what we're really doing here on this channel. So thank you guys for being here this morning. Thank you for liking and sharing this video. Thank you for being part of this. I'm going to continue here just for a minute. I need to get a little bit more about this mission going forward because this does feel like it creates a 3D experience too. It's not solely for mission. It is about creating a connection that is stable and solid and is has a 3D element to it. It needs an anchor. All right. It does need an anchor. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Be gentle with yourself. Write about your thoughts and feelings. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. So I've got two trustworthy things here. Your inner guidance is trustworthy. Thank you, my illumination. Thank you. Your inner guidance is trustworthy. So opening up this heart chakra right now, tower, you don't really have much choice in this, okay? It's just boom, okay? This is just going to be happening. And then this person, what I talked about with patience and discernment, the person that is the one that's on this path with you is trustworthy. Okay, so if you're dealing with someone you feel is untrustworthy, because I see that 7 of Swords here, that's not the person. All right, there's a person who is, and it's not even like you have to uncover it through layers and layers of bullshit either. Like you just know it. It's very clear. Fool and Ace of Swords. It's very clear. This is the companionship. This is the tribe that is coming in. Part of you, some of you have already been here and others of you are finding your tribe. Okay. So even outside of this channel, well, of course, outside this channel, this is not your life. Outside of this channel, there is a tribe for you that it may need you to be more open in order to attract. All right. So be gentle with yourself and write about your thoughts and feelings. That's super duper important. And you guys are a tribe to each other. I always love what you're writing here. Alessia, you might quit your job. My goodness. Really? Okay. If it's really toxic to you, that's something that you need to work with. If there's people around you, I encourage you to do that heart chakra, navigating by the stars. I encourage you to do a little bit of energy work with it and see where it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to open to this amazing guidance and surrender to this journey. There is something here. Hold on one second. Okay, so the judgment that's coming in. Four of Wands, Four of Swords, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles again. The relationship is with the self, is with the healing of the self, which we've been doing for many years now. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. And I still love this. 3 of Pentacles keep showing up. This is about tribe. All right. This is about tribe. So you feel safe shining your light. You feel safe doing it. All right, my darling. Let me lay out an additional reading here. Let's skip the BS. I'm ready to trust. Keep getting that. Very cool. Tired of awakenings. Kicked the ex out 2.5 years ago. All right, Heather, if you're tired, that means that you're still like in this place of doing the same lesson over and over again. You can release the lesson. That's what this is about, surrendering. Surrendering is not about you doing the heavy lifting, okay? Surrendering is about you releasing and letting the universe do it, okay? Letting the universe move. I see that a lot. I see a lot about people are tired. And first of all, take a break, all right? Take a break, take a rest. Release and let go the need or the belief that you have to do a lot of heavy lifting and see what happens. I think this is about trusting the universe, okay? So if y'all are really tired here, I think, first of all, the Queen of Pentacles shows up a lot in these readings because this is definitely about you taking better care of yourself and resting, all right? Resting and trusting that the universe is going to be supportive of where you're going, okay? DL. All right, let me check out some of this. On Thursdays in Patreon, we do a little Q&A, and it's really fun. So I think I'd like to answer some questions. DL, I don't know if I can find it. So if you have a question or two, I have 20 or so minutes here. If you have a question or two, please put it in the chat. I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'll answer some questions. I'll be happy to pull a card or two. Happy to join the tribe. Hey. Sit still. Don't touch anything. Good things are coming. Yes. So Becky, how this works is releasing and letting go and allowing is not the energy that we have been acculturated to, which is all about doing. And listen, my dad was a CEO. My brother's a big time lawyer. I get the idea of I must do. But sometimes you need to pick your feet up and allow your tribe to carry you a little bit. Okay. So just know that is what you can do when you're tired. Allow your peeps to carry you. Allow your spiritual tribe to carry you. It's very, very freeing to know that you can lean into other people, to know that spiritually you are supported. And that's what I mean, that's what the Empress Club is all about. So if you have an inkling, that's something, it's just a Facebook group. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just, I think they're great. I think we all talk in that group about different parts of the spiritual journey. So let me pick this up, and I think I'm going to pull you over to me so I can see the chat a little bit better, and then I'll answer some questions, okay? Anything about the spiritual journey, anything about what's coming up, this energy of stepping into Aries season, which is about doing and being empowered. But how can you see that as more about stepping into your truth rather than doing heavy lifting? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think you need to do heavy lifting right now. I think this is more about energetic shift. Much more about energetic shift. All right, let me move this over here. Come here. Come here, darling. All right, so please put a little question mark next to a question so I can discern it from a lot, because the chat is a lot, okay? So let's see. Guys, make the questions a little bit more interesting for other people. All right, give yourself, yes. I stumbled across your page a short time ago. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about tribe. All right, let's talk about tribe for a second. When I say tribe, how do you know your tribe? This is, some of you have been talking about purging. Heather was talking about purging. And I feel like that has been going on for quite some time. You can do this purposefully with something called a burn ceremony, which is with intention. On one piece of paper, write down the things you're releasing, and on another piece of paper, write down the things you're calling in. Now, you can use the new moon and the full moon. You can use those energies to release and to manifest. But I find it very freeing to just do this with my own energy ebbs and flows. So write down, and like I said, one piece of paper, two pieces of paper. So you have those, the releasing and the calling in. Have a bowl of water with you so you can do this. And say a little prayer for the releasing. Send them off with compassion. Thanks, Richard, for supporting the channel. All right, send them off with compassion, whatever you need to send off, whatever you need to release, and allow in, what am I calling in? Call that in with compassion and grace. So hang on one second. I want to see that one question. Am I alone? Penny says, I am alone and have a lot to heal from childhood. How do I know it's healed so I can move on? So there's a couple kinds of healing, which I think a lot of you guys on my channel are healers and teachers and guides and understanding from a spiritual perspective that healing is a lot about holding space for other people. And when you're doing it for yourself, what I talked about this morning about the shift into compassion, shifting into compassion for yourself is a big deal. That is a healing energy, okay? Because you're not not doing the same things over and over again. What I encourage you to do is a couple things. So we talk about body, mind, spirit, and we talk about environment, right? So in terms of healing, there's the environment, okay? There's people around you, okay, that you cannot control, you cannot do anything with. This is not a thing. Okay, these are people who are showing you and reflecting back to you lessons that may be, or things that may be unconscious for you. Okay, and so the first level, in my view, of healing is about bringing things to the conscious. That's why I do that class about Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's showing you a very specific and very powerful part of your childhood that was wounded. Okay. And a lot of Chiron is about people can't really see it. They can't get their arms around it. They don't know why this is happening. Why do I keep having this problem? Is this problem connected to my Chiron? So if you are just getting aware of inner child work and all of this kind of stuff, when you work with Chiron in your astrology chart, that may crystallize some things for you. So it's kind of a little bit of an anchor where you can be like, okay, I'm going to start here. This Chiron, mine is in the 5th house in Pisces, and I will share this with you. So when you work on healing this, you are given a gift, medicine that you bring to the rest of the world. Okay, so Pisces in the 5th house, the Chiron in that space. 5th house is about creativity. It's about love and romance. So it could be a love wound. Like I don't open myself to love very easily. It can be about creativity. Your family was not embracing your level of creativity. With Pisces there, psychic gifts are likely and things of that nature. And through past life regression, it was revealed to me that psychic gift was something that was crushed in childhood because it wasn't in alignment with my family's religious and spiritual beliefs. It just was not. And so, talking to Nana 2 years after she passed away was frowned upon in this establishment. So that, as a child, you never know how children are going to take things in. That's why inner child work is so important, because some things may even be pre-verbal, right? Some things you may not be able to really verbalize, and you're just feeling this pain. You're just not really sure why. So being able to step into meditation, being able to ask yourself, you're asking your inner child, and sit there with that little child across from you. Like, what do you need from me? How can I be of service to you? And see what you get. That's a really important exercise to perform because most of the time, I find anyway, in my experience, that little child was not listened to. Okay, especially if you were a psychic little child like me, like saying stuff that like they didn't want to hear, and things along those lines. Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you. So I'll talk about North Node in a second. Okay, Christina. And if you can just, there's a lot to inner child work. There's a lot of really great books and videos and all kinds of stuff about inner child work. But I encourage you the very most basic thing you can do is meditate, ask for guidance, ask for assistance, and do a meditation with that inner child sitting across from you, and just ask, what can you do to help? Looking at your Chiron in your birth chart is also something super powerful, okay? Because that will give you an indication. And when I did that Chiron class, I forget who it was, but she was like, okay, I see my Chiron, but by the way, also me, all of these other things are resonating for me. So there could be a lot of work to do. There could be that, right? So I also do this North Node class. It's super popular, and I love doing it because your North Node is really the work you're here to do on this planet. So stepping into that North Node placement in your chart is, first of all, new to this life. It's brand new stuff. This is not something you bring from a past life, which is your South Node. Your South Node is definitely brought from your past life. So it's stuff you're cool with. It's your comfort zone. It's, it is what it is. But a lot of people spend their whole life, kind of in a crouched position with their South Node, and eventually you get the Tower. So maybe that reason that Tower showed up in this reading this morning was that it's time to open up to that North Node. Your North Node in Aquarius, what's really important, Christina, is you pay attention to the house it's in. So not just the sign. The sign is just the energy of it. The house is really the meat of the situation. So I will give you an example. Again, I'll use myself because I've been studying this for a while. My North Node is in the 8th house of secrets, 8th house of transformation. And the sign is Gemini the messenger. So my life's mission, my purpose here is about being a messenger of transformation, which is how this channel even came to be, that I figured that out. My South Node is in 2nd house. It's about my family's values. It's about things that they feel are important. And by the way, secrets, okay? I'm an adopted kid. It's a secret. It was a secret for a long time. I didn't really think it was a secret, but being psychic was a secret for a long time. All of these things are secrets. And so you can see in the house of your North Node, and you can see with that sign. So Aquarius, I will share with you, Christina, that Aquarius is a very not only rebellious, it's also very innovative. It's someone who has a purpose on this planet to help others innovate. It is about the collective. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see where it is in your chart. And when I talk about it being your life's work, your purpose on this planet, does it mean that translates into a job title? I don't know, because I think 3D may not really get it yet. That this life purpose is what we're here to do, and it may not translate into a job title. But you can use this energy and flow this energy in the correct direction by embracing this. And a lot of times things that are out of alignment, especially if you're in a job or in a career that is out of alignment, that could fall away. And so a lot of times people are kind of stuck in this. That's why people get tired. They get stuck in these endless loops of, well, I really want to be what I'm here to be. I want my purpose in this life, but not if this has to go away, because if this goes away, I don't know what's going to replace it. That's where the trust and compassion and the openness and the having the tribe, that's where that helps. Okay. So Aquarius is definitely very, it's all about the collective. It can be about, human rights and women's rights. It can be about civil rights. It can also be about, my father was an Aquarius, is a good example, and he was a big time CEO way before it was cool or very lucrative to be a CEO. This is in the 60s and 70s, but he viewed, because of the opening up of the 60s and 70s, he viewed his mission as an Aquarius as helping, unionize and all this kind of stuff. And he's the CEO. So it was kind of like he was very rebellious to what a CEO is. But he was innovative in how he did that. He cared about everybody who worked for him and worked for them. He saw it as working for the mission. So you, Christina, can have a mission, and it can be about the collective and how you sort of raise others. Okay, so that's very interesting. So all y'all, take a look at your North Node in your astrology chart. Oh, the sun is really bright. And take a look at that North Node and see how that might play out in your life, or the energies that you're here to embrace. It's super important to do that. Let's see. So Pam is asking about a lawsuit being settled. Abundance is everywhere in my readings, but nothing is definite. It's never definite, right? Staying positive, but hoping this will end soon. The more stress you feel. Well, I feel like that's where, there's a lot of stuff here, Pam, that is out of your control. Okay. And I feel like that might be part of this lesson, is to work with that energy of stress, work on relieving that stress. One of the things that I have employed in my life, and I'm going to share this with you, is the more you can embrace what's the worst thing that could happen, the more you can go there and just be like, okay. It's not like you're manifesting that, but you're releasing the charge of something that you're afraid of. And that can be surrendering to the journey in a big way. Okay. So go into that, do that little exercise of what's the worst thing that can happen, and then see if you can just be like cool with it. You're good with it. Whatever happens, happens. The universe is supporting me. It's all for my best and highest good. And that may sound a little bit Pollyanna, but in reality, what you're doing is you're releasing the resistance. That's why you're stuck in this. There's energy of resistance. And resistance is not allowing the abundance to flow. Okay. Thanks, Penny. Thank you. Twins from different cultures coming into balance anytime soon. How do I call that in? Did you notice when I was talking about the light and the dark, I was talking about the balancing of the energies of different cultures. And I feel like that might be something that's one of your particular missions on this planet, is to allow for people to see how that works. Definitely in America, we've had a lot of clashes around that. And it's very important to make examples. Okay. It's very important for other people to see. I don't know how many of you watched Bridgerton. I loved a couple of things about Bridgerton. I know it was kind of like, sticky sweet sometimes, but that being said, the king who was white married a black woman. And so throughout the land, it was not a thing. It just became not a thing because there was an example of something that worked. I know he got dementia later on in the story, but that has nothing to do with the fact that they were in love and they had a lot of beautiful connections with each other. And it was really about an energy connection, because I think what we're learning is this meat suit is just that. It's just something you're wrapped up in, because we're learning that this doesn't matter. This skin color doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with my energetic signature. It has nothing to do with anything like that. The other thing I really liked about Bridgerton is that all the music was modern music, and they just played it in Baroque style, which I thought was so freaking awesome. And you're like, hey, isn't that a Lady Gaga song? Isn't that like, and they're basically trying to bring the past into the future. And it was just really, I thought it was interesting. So I think this reading had a little bit of that. It's about surrendering to the path of this. And I think as Pluto goes retrograde at the end of April through October, Pluto is death. Pluto is transformation. So how are we doing with it, right? It's like people who are really embracing the energy of that commingling, I feel like are going to be way ahead of the game. Okay. So I do feel like Laura, you might be on the leading edge of that. All right. So 24th of March, Kira, let's see, I'm just going to pull one card for you. 24th of March is a birthday of a person who's very important to me. Yeah. So, I'm going to say that you're not going to see it coming to fruition here. 2 of Swords and 9 of Cups. I feel like you will. It will go in your favor. But I also feel like you might not see the whole lesson, or you might not see the whole of it right yet. There might be something about it that you're going to resist. Ugh, I'm trying to get away from the sun here. There might be something here that you might be resisting. Okay. So it might not be 100. You might not see it as 100% in your favor. Okay. You might not see it that way. All right. So that's kind of interesting, Kira. So God bless on that one. Alex, so what kind of specific inner child work? Oh, I lost it. What kind of specific inner child work can be done to reveal? I'm just doing this from memory because it jumped from me. Sorry about that, Alex. So I remember what your question is, though. So what kind of inner child work can be done to open up to your psychic abilities? First of all, I do think astrology, it might like occupy your mind. And I know that there's like this thing about, astrology is mathematical and it's very precise and there's a lot of information to learn. It has a little bit of a 3D element, even though it's a spiritual kind of practice. I think it might behoove you to look at your chart and get to know yourself. That's what I think astrology is so great. It's about learning about you. So for me, as a Gemini North Node, I know that learning and research and stuff is really healing for me. So you might want to look into your own North Node and what is that energy. Also the Chiron, you need to look into that. And the inner child work that needs to happen to release psychic ability. There's a lot here. I don't know if I can say everything, but what I do want to share with you that's really loud for me right now is meditation and journaling. I preach it all the time, all the time. Okay. All the time. And it's very important that you, ask your guides and also have that conversation with that inner child, because a lot of times it was squashed, as it was for me. It was squashed because it wasn't cool with what was going on in your family growing up. It was something that you might have been told was bad or told was, not good in any way. And so reclaiming that, I like, because mine is in the 5th house, I like working with art and music and things along those lines, really get my juices flowing. That is healing for me. So I think the answer is you need to find what's healing for you. And that's why Chiron work and North Node work and understanding that about yourself. Clearly mine is Gemini, so it's an air thing for me. Understanding myself better is something that's important. If you want to do a past life regression, that can show you past lives that have impact now. Okay, so my past lives as an oracle or as a town crier or as someone who was helping people leave the camps in World War II, whatever the transitional thing for me was, it definitely showed me pieces of myself that needed to be reclaimed. So past life regression, I do want to recommend, this is a shameless plug for the past life regression work we're going to do in April. There's a class we're going to do. My friend Mary Lee, who is a gifted QHHT, if you haven't heard of that, you might want to look it up. She is a practitioner of QHHT, and this is about going back to past lives and seeing these wounds that have come from your previous lives and your ancestry. This is something that's also critical to figuring out that inner child stuff, because if things are subconscious, this is about raising them into consciousness so then you can work with them. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being here today. If you liked this live, if you want me to do more lives, I don't know about 7 a.m. Charlie's like, where are we doing this? If you like this live, please subscribe, and share to the channel. I very much appreciate you. Good questions this morning. I will definitely do more of this if you like this. And so please let us know. And liking, subscribing, and share is helping the channel. So help a sister out here. So thank you very much. And Wednesday, we do a membership live. So that will happen tomorrow at 1 o'clock. If you're interested, you can join the channel and be part of that too. I do Q&As all the time. I think that's really the most important work that I've been doing lately. So thank you guys for being here. This was, hopefully this was helpful for you. And this was the morning message for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are in the world. Mwah.